Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Steel Tarot. Today is Sunday, July 9th, 2023. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend, or I guess it really wasn't a weekend because it fell on a Tuesday, right? But still, it's kind of nice to have that day. Really feels like summer up here in the Northeast where it's pretty warm, kind of humid. We're not really used to the humidity, so it's definitely been kind of interesting, but some amazing beach days up here. So let's see what we have in store for the week. I know last week I did kind of a different type of type of reading, just pulling some cards. Today I'll do a Celtic Cross, more traditional, more in-depth reading. We'll kind of see what we glean from that. Okay, so let's give it a go. Let's start with the current energy. Your current energy is the Six of Wands. What's crossing you is the Eight of Swords. In the area of your recent past, we have the Nine of Swords. In the area of your conscious mind, we have the Queen of Wands. In the area of your subconscious mind, we have the Three of Wands. In the near future, we have the Strength card. I'm just going to realign these and just make them so I can fit everything on the same screen here. Strength. Okay, what card is representing you is the Magician. That's always a good one to have. The person or situation you're attracting is the Lovers. That's kind of cool. In the area of your hopes and dreams, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And then finally, in the outcome, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so I really like the sideline over here. This is pretty great. So let's go right into our current energies here. So we have the Six of Wands, and what's crossing you is the Eight of Swords. So what I feel here is that you're currently in a state where, maybe you're receiving a lot of praise. The Six of Wands is traditionally about kind of praise and recognition. Usually it's somebody who's celebrating something. You don't necessarily glean that here, but represented by, this is the Crow Tarot, by the way. So you have the crow up here kind of in the, I forget what they call these things, but if anybody remembers, drop that note down below in the comment section. But it is kind of about abundance and opulence, and being in a position of power, and also kind of being, I don't want to say like royalty, but it's definitely like definitely has some of that vibe to it, right? Kind of like really standing out. So, and the other crows are down here, kind of beneath him. It's, again, still a celebratory recognition type of a card. But I get the feeling when we cross it with the Eight of Swords that either, you're not fully, you might be in your head. This could be like a bit of an imposter syndrome or something, where I'm kind of seeing like, maybe you're being recognized for something and you're kind of dismissing it, or you're not actually recognizing the significant contributions that you have contributed. Or you feel like you're just kind of brushing it off, and you're kind of in your head about something and not really seeing the significance of something you did. So I would say, I think, certainly, like if we tie this back to law of attraction and we want to kind of think about how we could embrace the law of attraction here, this could be expressing the gratitude and the appreciation for whatever these opportunities are. So if you're being recognized, or you're being like, you're really being hailed for something that you did as being like really, tremendous breakthrough or something above and beyond, maybe you're getting that recognition. And maybe this is also kind of like, this is kind of what you want, but you're kind of stuck in your head too. This is kind of another thing that just comes to me. So if that's the case, certainly find a way to get out of your head and then focus on the end state, right? Of course, that's a fundamental piece of Neville Goddard's, living in the end and law of attraction. So same with law of assumption, right? What we assume to be true, we will see in our reality, right? We will see evidence of what we assume to be true. So kind of think about it from that point of view, okay? Whichever one resonates more with you. In the recent past, we have the Nine of Swords. So this, this card is about, typically this is about kind of like a nightmare, or this is about like waking up and, maybe you're being held hostage in your mind by something that's occurred. So perhaps in the past, and this might relate back to this Eight of Swords, to be honest with you. The Nine of Swords is all about, kind of being like in your head, but maybe you're being haunted by something, or you're having negative feelings and emotions about something. This was in your past, right? So the good news is, like, the past is a reflection of our inner state. Remember, We are our 3D, our real life experience is merely a reflection of what our inner state is. So, if you're on, from the outside looking in, you could have had some negative experiences and emotions that you were embodying. And that's relating to this Eight of Swords. But what's really showing here is like you can come out of that because it doesn't really fit you. It doesn't really suit you anymore, right? So in the area of your conscious mind, with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, I mean, she is a maternal, she's passionate, she's got a lot of like positive vibes and energies. This card has the sunflowers. As we know, the sunflowers are strong, tall flowers, and they pull and they focus and they draw their attention to the sun. And of course, the sun over here is all about, positive vibes, positive energy. So I think you're kind of coming out of this, and maybe this is kind of like where you're mentally going, is focusing your thoughts and attention, your conscious mind, on positive thoughts and emotions, and focus on things that really kind of light you up. What makes you feel good? What are some of the things that you're interested in doing? And maybe this is what you need to do, is spend more time doing the things that you really love, okay? And that's really what's going to put you in a positive, high vibe state. But, the Queen of Wands, I mean, she is, I love the queens because I feel like they are a softer, more maternal type of nurturing type of personality. But they're also very confident, secure, and then they just really have their strength in kind of like whatever it is that they're pursuing at the time. And with the Queen of Wands, I definitely get that same vibe here. And then so in the subconscious mind, we have the three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, I mean, I think these are great combinations, right? Because as you start to feel like and strengthen your conscious mind, you will further like build out you will embody those beliefs in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind will adopt those, right? And take those into, and look to exemplify those in your 3D reality. So you will start to see evidence of what you're seeing, okay? So what you create in your mind, in your conscious mind, manifests in your reality through the subconscious mind. So I think when I look at this, the Three of Wands is all about possibilities, but it's also kind of about like, hey, it's time to take action. It's time to do something. It's time to, the ships are there, the resources all around you. Maybe the direction is there. Maybe the opportunity comes and just falls into your lap, right? This is all about being ready. This is about being ready to take that action as I see it. And kind of looking out, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Three of Wands, there's a wand behind them and they don't see them. They don't see the one that's behind them, but they are standing on the edge of like a cliff, kind of looking out into the ocean, their ship's coming in. Same thing here, we have the Crow standing on the edge and looking out into what we presume to be the ocean, right? There's a lot of movement and activity out there. So, but I feel like they're sitting comfortably where they are. Okay, so what this is really about in the subconscious mind is, maybe you're playing it safe, and this is kind of where, you need to look out. You've kind of got your eye on these things. Your subconscious mind is aware of these things, but there may be something kind of holding you back here, okay? Could be remaining in your comfort zone where you're safe and comfortable. So make sure that your conscious and subconscious minds, make sure your conscious mind is feeding your subconscious mind what you want to realize in your reality, living in the end state. Remember, subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between a real life experience that you're physically experiencing versus an imaginative scene that you can feel, and where you can feel the abundance, you can feel the prosperity, and you just feel really good, right? The subconscious mind doesn't necessarily know the difference between the two. So definitely be mindful of that, like, getting out of your comfort zone, seizing the opportunity when it comes to you, but also kind of, as it relates to the subconscious mind, is picturing what those opportunities are. Picture what it is that you want, and then you'll start to see them evidence and come into your fruition, right? They will start to appear to you. And then so where you're going, like in the area of your short-term future, we have the Strength card. I love the Strength card because this is all about having, you're fearless, you're empowered, you're limitless, you are all of these wonderful things. I mean, this is a great card to have for where are you going. We have the rope here is making the infinity symbol. Here we have the crow sitting on the lion's mouth, sitting on a lion's head, I guess I should say. This is all about having the confidence, but also just being, ready to do anything and not necessarily worrying, not feeling that imposter syndrome, So I think you're moving in the right direction here. We're moving away from the Nine of Swords into a position of strength and focusing on all the wonderful things that we have, all the wonderful things that we desire, what that looks and feels like. We're starting to see what those possibilities, what we are looking for. We're formalizing that in our minds and kind of embedding that in our subconscious mind. And you move into a period of time where those will start to appear to you, and you will have the fortitude, the excitement, and the ability to kind of run after those. And the card that's representing you, what a better card than the Magician when we talk about manifestation. Manifestation is all about, creating what we desire, right? If we, create what we desire with the power of our mind, everything begins as an idea, as a thought, in our imagination. Listen to Neville Goddard talk about the power of the imagination, the amazing power of the imagination. It's really inspiring and uplifting. So, representing you is the Magician. Now, the Magician, just like you see here in the tarot, in the Rider-Waite tarot, he has everything he needs. He has all the tools and resources. He's holding the wand up in the air. He is pointing down. So it's kind of like a duality kind of a thing. It's kind of like so above, so below kind of a thing. And this is really about manifesting. And, this is creating what you want. And you've got all the tools and everything you need. You just need to know, what do you want? What do you want? Remember the law of attraction. Focus on the what and the why. Let the universe, let your subconscious mind figure out the how and the when. Okay? Wonderful card to have here. In regards to the person or situation you're attracting. Now, excuse me. We have the Lovers. The Lovers, this is Gemini energy. This is all about a connection. This is all about a very strong bond and connection with somebody, okay? So this could be a relationship, but this could also just be a strong connection to something that you're doing, right? This could be a strong bond that really lights you up and brings you tremendous satisfaction and happiness, and it might not be a person, right? In fact, like in regards to this spread, I don't necessarily get much about a specific relationship. However, like I said, this could very, very much be about like an opportunity, an idea, pursuing a business, something like that along those lines. And I will say this, it could be a person, because I think like when you're manifesting, when you're coming into your power, you're feeling strong, you're feeling really connected, you're very, you're limitless, you have all these opportunities and you're doing very well and you're in a high vibe state. That's the time to attract a lover. That's the amazing time to attract somebody that's, new. So this could very well be somebody coming into your life. I think in the area of your hopes and fears, you're hoping that things are turning in your favor, right? Certainly, like we feel like we're moving away, and that's exemplified here by this reading, right? Moving away from this period of lack, period of worry, sleepless nights. We're moving towards a position of like, hey, we've got this. You have the power within you. You can create your reality, right? So we are moving into this like, wow, things are really moving in our favor. The wheel is turning, and we are turning into a great period of our lives, and we're definitely seeing that here. And the Hangman is all about, what really triggered this? Like, how do we get from here to here, from here to here? I definitely feel like there's like almost like a line dividing this. Like these two are a little bit like you're in your head in a negative spot. Sometimes it's just about, you're seeing things from a new perspective. That's where you're coming from. You're seeing things from a new perspective and you're starting something new, right? Having a new mindset on something. So, the Hangman is, it's also about just being still. And so the Hangman is usually hanging upside down. And he is in, he's not moving. And sometimes it's just about kind of pausing. This could be, the suggestion to you might be, hey, do some meditations, take some quiet time out to yourself, run through some affirmations in your mind, that kind of thing, okay? But when you start to, like the Hangman exemplifies seeing something from a new point of view, from a new perspective, and kind of getting a new look, a new lease on life, so to speak, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting. The new lease on life isn't really a traditional meaning of the Hangman, but it just kind of comes into my mind. So I feel really good about that. I'll just say, let's pull two more cards and ask, like, tell us more about the personal situation coming towards us, because I am kind of curious about this Lovers card. So about the Lovers, we have the High Priestess And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So with regards to the lovers, I think that this is all about your intuition, like listening to your intuition, getting in touch with your higher self, meditating, right? That's what the High Priestess is all about. And then, the Seven of Pentacles is all about kind of pausing and taking a, this is like you've manifested this, like you've created this, looking around at the abundance you've created, expressing that gratitude. So, whatever's going on in your mind, whatever you're meditating on and you're focusing on, whatever that vision of that relationship looks like, that could be coming towards you, okay? That person or situation. So, you're getting what you created. And I feel like you can use your subconscious mind, meditate, and you will attract that particular relationship. So you need to get very clear in your mind on like what this relationship, this person, whatever this is, whatever it is, get very clear on what it looks like, what it feels like. How do you feel with this particular person? How do you feel in this particular role? If it's a role versus or an opportunity or a business opportunity, whatever it is. But if it's a person, get very clear on like, what do you do with this person, and kind of live it and be it and feel it. Feel the excitement, feel the physical touch, feel, the excitement and the enthusiasm of going out to dinner, going on adventures, traveling, whatever the case might be. And then you will start to feel it come into play. Okay. So I do like that a lot, actually. The Lovers is a great card. High Priestess is a fabulous card to have with it there. Let's pull a couple, let's pull two Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards to see what energies or what do we need to know this week. Okay, so the first one is total submission. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. So, to me, that kind of comes back with this, is kind of finding that passion, okay? Finding that passion, that project, that business, that opportunity, and that will certainly bring that opportunity to you, and you will have the strength and the power to fully immerse yourself in it. Next one is amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. So this is a very good card, and it's a healthy reminder sometimes we get too much tied up, particularly when we're trying to use the law of attraction to our benefit. We get too hung up on the how and the what. The how and the when. Like how is this going to happen? I'm going to be, I'm manifesting an abundance of, a financial windfall, for example. Our conscious minds typically go right to, well, how? How am I going to do that? How is this going to happen? And what we need to kind of focus on is just thinking about the what and the why. So the what it is, and then the why. Like, why is this important? How do I feel? Why does it make me feel good? Why do I want it? Okay, remember, as Abraham Hicks always says, the only reason you want anything is for the feeling of having it. So I think this is a great reminder sometimes that acting can be great, but sometimes visualizing and feeling the experience, feeling the realization of whatever it is actually more powerful than anything else. So with that, I love this reading. I think it's shaping up to be a great week. I feel like maybe you're moving away from some negative sentiment and contentment, and you're moving away. You're moving into a better, stronger place. And it sounds like you're probably using your subconscious and conscious minds a little bit more effectively. Keep an eye out for that particular connection with somebody that's coming into your life. And focus your thoughts on like what this means and kind of meditate on that, okay? What that might mean for you. So, as always, please drop any questions, comments, thoughts down below. What resonates with you and what doesn't resonate? What would you like to see further in upcoming videos? I appreciate you being here, and I wish you all a wonderful week.